Hey guys, and welcome back to Comic Review 47. And today we're reviewing the top 11 Batman villains. Because let's face it, top 10 lists are overrated and people use them all the time. So coming in at number 11 on our list is Mr. Freeze, aka Dr. Victor Freeze. Ah yes, Mr. Freeze, the powerful villain with an awesome arsenal of cold-related weapons. The poor guy is always trying again and again to find a cure for his wife, Nora, in hopes that she may one day awake. He has fought Batman multiple times, and he's awesome in his own way, not only because of his backstory, but he also needs to be at sub-zero temperatures, which is awesome. There's this amazing one-shot that you should read called Batman Battle for the Cowl Commissioner Gordon No. 1, subtitled A Cold Day in Hell. Definitely check it out. Freeze's powers include decelerated aging, toxic immunity because of his unique physiology, superhuman strength and durability, definitely giving him a spot on this list. On to number 10 is Ra's al Ghul. He has his own twisted vision of the world. Ghul believes that destroying most of the population on the planet will generate peace. He's an excellent swordsman, even fending off Batman. Freaking Batman. His name is Arabic for Head of the Demon, which is insanely nuts. He lives on for centuries because of the Lazarus Pit that he keeps going to, which is an ancient mystical pool of healthy aging chemicals. The weirdest thing is that Batman's stepdad and Robin's grandpa is Ra's al Ghul. So luckily though, there isn't much family drama. And number 9 on our list is Killer Croc, aka Waylon Jones. Now first of all, let's see how he looks like. He's a giant mutated guy. He's got super strength and strong teeth. His skin is hardened so that he's almost impenetrable. And he finally got a film appearance on the new Suicide Squad movie, which is great. Waylon's had a tragic childhood. His mom died right after giving birth, and his dad abandoned him. Plus, he had no friends and the whole society rejected him. Tragic origin? Check. Badass appearance? Check. And at number 8, we have the Riddler, aka Edward Nygma. What's special about this guy is that he can rival Batman mentally. Most people know that Batman not only has physical features, but he's also got a super high IQ, which is arguably better than the iconic Albert Einstein. Batman is one of the world's greatest detectives, and the Riddler's constantly keeping Batman's mind sharp. Batman is also rivaled by the Riddler Psychotic Games, which is why he gets the number 8 spot on my list. So, at lucky number 7, we have Two-Face, aka Harvey Dent. Two-Face is a mentally and physically scarred man. There are many origins as to how his face was damaged, but in most cases some acid was thrown on the left side of his face, which in turn carried him even more unstable than he has ever been before. Not only physically, but also mentally. He decides everything based on the number 2. He leaves clues of this for Batman, and to top it all off, he uses a double-headed coin to decide whether his victims live or die. And at number 6, we have Harley Quinn, aka Dr. Harleen Quinzel. She has changed a lot in recent years, her costume and her relationship with the Joker. But I like the pre-New 52 Harley much better. That's just me. Harley does whatever the Joker tells her to do, even though the Joker betrays her all the time, even to the point of trying to kill Harley multiple times. But she always comes back because of her unconditional love to Mr. J. At times, she's even more psychotic than the Joker himself. She has an arsenal of weapons, but most notably her hammer, which she has used on multiple occasions. She's the Joker's assistant on his crazy crusade to make Batman understand the world according to him. And at number 5, we have the Penguin, aka Oswald Cobblepot. If you want a really good storyline on this guy, you should definitely check out the Penguin, Pain, and Prejudice paperback. But anyway, he's been bullied throughout his childhood because of his height and long nose. He inherited his family fortune as he grew older, so he decided to be a crime boss so that he could take his revenge to those who dared make fun of him. But what I like most about him is his arsenal of umbrella-based weapons, which can also make him fly away in a freaking helicopter, and he can shoot it as if it were a gun. Weird. At number 4, we have Scarecrow, aka Dr. Jonathan Crane. Scarecrow is a very popular and interesting villain. This guy rivals Batman by forcing him to confront his number one fear, which is the loss of his parents, Thomas and Martha Wayne. Batman has hated the memory throughout his whole life, and it's his reason of becoming Batman in the first place. We see that in the Batman animated series, Batman can actually overcome the fear gas. It usually has non-lethal physical effects, but it does drastically affect your mind. So much so that victims are paralyzed or can sometimes get a heart attack. To further up the ante, the Scarecrow puts on a mask just so it looks even scarier. Jonathan also thinks big by planning on spreading fear gas throughout the entire city of Gotham. As for what he uses to fight, he's got his iconic fear gas, which I have mentioned earlier. He's got a variety of farming weapons such as pitchforks, sickles, and scythes. He was once a member of the Sinestro Corps, so there's that. Now onto my top 3 picks. At number 3 we have the Court of Owls, which were introduced in the New 52, based off Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's writing in the beginning of the new Batman reboot. Now for those of you who don't know who the Court of Owls are, I'll explain. They're basically a family chain that have been underground and hidden from Gotham for centuries, planning to one day rule the entire city. They even have a sort of nursery rhyme that people have thought all along was just a made-up song, but they were in fact real people. The worst part about it is that they reanimate dead tissue to make these unstoppable talons. They are nearly unstoppable because every time you break any part of their body, they regenerate. And if you do manage to kill them, they just go back to their laboratory and are reanimated once again. I would put them at number 1, but we all know who takes that spot, right? At number 2, we have Bane, aka Unknown. Now, Bane has 2 main characteristics. He's both super strong and incredibly smart and tactile. Killer Croc is buff, but not very bright. Bane was born in a super criminal prison and he started killing at an early age. His origin is explained in Batman Nightfall Volume 1. You should check it out, because in that storyline he makes a devastating plan. A plan to unleash so many Batman villains that Batman eventually gets exhausted, and at that moment Bane strikes. He tactically fights Batman when he's weak, and not only that, but he breaks his freaking back and throws him on the street of a huge crowd. As for strength, Bane uses a drug called Venom, which is highly addictive and gives the power of incredible strength. Now before I mention my number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Hush, aka Thomas Elliot. Similar to Bane, Hush used almost all of Batman's villains to make his big plan as seen in Batman Hush. Man-Bat, aka Dr. Robert Kirkland Langstrom, is a super-powered bat-like creature. Due to an experiment backfiring that he was working on to help people enhance their sonar hearing, it unfortunately turned him into the hideous Man-Bat. All he's doing is trying to find a cure for his illness. And finally, the one we've been waiting for, the one, the only, Joker, aka Unknown. There are various reasons why the Joker is such a famous character. Number 1 is that he's been killing since his debut issue, back in Batman number 1. Reason number 2 is that he's such a mysterious character. Batman doesn't know his name, origin, family, or any of that stuff. Reason number 3 is that he's the polar opposite of Batman. He's a laughing, killing, and extremely unpredictable person. Reason number 4 is that Joker feels like Batman completes him, which is why Joker has never killed Batman before, and Batman can't kill Joker because of his number 1 no killing rule. So the Joker keeps escaping from Arkham Asylum, so they just go in a constant circle over and over again, while the Batman is helpless to stop him from killing innocent victims. Alright guys, so that's my top 11 list on my favorite Batman villains. It was really hard to decide because I still had some other guys that I didn't even get to mention, like Poison Ivy and Deadshot. Thanks for watching guys. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment on your 3 favorite Batman villains. Thanks again guys.